Today I'm going to be demoing the both front end and back end of my app, Signal Watch. Signal Watch is basically a network operations dashboard, and essentially, in the most simple terms, is it's a basically a incident response dashboard for like infrastructure alerts. As you can see, there are different infrastructure alerts. So let's just take DNS resolution failure, for instance. As you can see, it has its associated severity, service, a single line description of what the infrastructure alert is about, and this like root details button. So let's just click on that. And once we click on that button, it kind of expands, and it shows us like more associated fields such as submitted by, submitted on, and these fields are very like highly critical when like tracking issues and alerts in the real world system, because we want to know when exactly an alert was submitted and like how much time we have to like resolve it. So yeah, now we also have like this back button, so we're gonna click on that and then go back to our home page. And as you can see, it's on like localhost right now, so it's not yet deployed, but this is the little front end that I have. So this is that about the front end. And then when it comes to the back end, I've used like render to like create a PostgreSQL database instance and kind of connect it to the front end. So that's how the data is actually being fetched, and like it's being loaded on the front end as we see here. And especially because like it's critical to know and critical to implement, because like this is a vanilla JavaScript app. I'm not using any React or anything here, so it's very critical to like know what this is and how it's being implemented. So yeah, now let's just do a deep dive of the backend. I'm gonna be opening my terminal. So this is my terminal, and then I'm gonna open a new terminal to see how I connected it to the backend. I think I'm just waiting for my terminal to load. Yeah, so this is my new terminal, as you can see. So first things first, I'm gonna be typing in rendered login to like log into render. So rendered login, and as you can see, it says CLI is already authenticated. So it basically goes to show that we're able to like log in, and then it kind of knows who we are. Next thing is the render pSQL. So as you can see, it has like my workspace, project, environment, and like the respective ID. And then there's also this like other app that I create called like Unearth, but like that's not the focus right now. The focus is Signal Watch. So that's that. And then the key thing here to like know is how a database table is created, and then if we have one right now or not. So in order to check that, I'm gonna be typing in dt. So this is how you know if a database table is created or not. So like there's the command for it. And as you can see, there's like this table, and then it has like schema, its owner. Notice the owner is Signal Watch underscore user here. I'm gonna get back to that in like 5 seconds, so just keep this in mind for now. So now this way we can at least verify one thing: the database table has indeed been created. So now the next thing is gonna be checking the details of that database table, and the way we're gonna do that is by typing in a query. If you've already taken a database class, you know what I'm talking about, but if not, feel free to follow along. This is the query: select, and it's gonna be all caps because it's a keyword. So select star from is again another keyword, so that's why we have it in caps. Alerts, and then the semicolon. So as you can see, our database table expanded, and it has like different rows and columns. And as you can see, for infrastructure alerts, we have the ID of the infrastructure alert, the title, the severity that we already saw. Like this is the front end, this is the back end. Severity, status, service, location, and then description, and then obviously like created at. So this that, and then now I'm gonna be taking you guys to the render. So let's just go there. As you can see, this is my render like web page, dashboard, whatever you wanna call it. So like this is my project, web 103, development, Signal Watch. This is my PostgreSQL database instance. And then as we scroll down, there are like more details about it. So the version that I used for my PostgreSQL is the version 18, and the region is like Ohio, US East. And then there are like additional details that could have been added, such as like networking credentials. But then I just did not add it because like I'm just in the beginning phases of this app. More details to like come in sooner. Remember how I talked to you guys about like the signal watch user? As you can see, that is directly linked to the username here. So that's why I asked you guys to like pay attention to that. And then there are like more details such as like the port, username, password, internal database URL, external database URL, and so on and so forth. So that's that about the backend. I hope to see you guys again in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it.